Hello everybody! How's everyone today? Ame Gakita desu. Alright, apparently we can't have nice thing in this world, you know, like people this one has to have a not a wholesome family apparently. So okay. Basically, joke aside, Bayonetta 3 had celebrated their first anniversary and for the first time they decided to post a few nice artwork of their all the artworks, and one of the artwork actually kind of like caused a little bit of controversy on Twitter apparently again. I mean, like we'll just go that into that in a while, but basically Bayonetta had reached our first anniversary. So it's like, oh, we're gonna celebrate 1 year anniversary, we're gonna put out nice artwork to let everyone know. But some people doesn't like one of the artwork apparently, and that artwork, like I'm just gonna pull it up. It just basically is posted on their website, and it's apparently a nice picture of Luka. I'm gonna assume that the young little girl is Viola and Bayonetta herself. Like, the interesting is like Bayonetta herself is like, there is a lot of people indicating issue with this whole picture despite it being a first anniversary. So we're gonna address each of them apparently, but at the same time I will also address about why I think that the girl is Viola, and why the male is already kind of like called Luka. And the first number one thing is that a lot of people have the misconception or the ideology that Bayonetta is a lesbian. It's actually kind of strange that people have come to that canon conclusion that she is a lesbian or something along the line, even though in the main game story itself, they had shown that Bayonetta is in love with a male, the same male who is called Luka. It's already in the story, okay, guys? Don't blame me. Don't come to me saying like she is bisexual, she is not straight, she is not she is whatsoever. In the story, in the game itself, it has been stated that she is in love. Like, they implement that she is in love with the male called Luka. If you guys say that she is lesbian, it means that those people, so-called fan of Bayonetta, had never played the game themselves, and that they never understand the true story. If the story indicating one thing and they take it as, oh, it never happened because they never played the game. Oh my, you guys should actually take a real look at your life and rethink about the life that you've been living maybe under the rock. Well, the best part for you, I'm gonna break that rock for you. So the one thing is, right, in the game that in 1 and even 3 itself, there is implementation indicating that Bayonetta is in love with Luka. But with just to clarify one thing is that it does not mean that the people are wrong to think that Bayonetta is a lesbian. If we actually use that Bayonetta 3 as the baseline, it is very possible that there is multiverse. Like, they really implement there is multiverse Bayonetta, meaning to say that there are many different world versions of Bayonetta herself, which means that if we go by that standard, that what I'm gonna give you guys the fighting chance to every side is that there is a high chance that there is some Bayonetta that is lesbian, and there is some Bayonetta that are straight, and there are some who are bisexual. It's just that in this scenario, we are going to take the one thing that this Bayonetta is straight. I know you guys are not gonna like it, but I'm gonna take it that this version of Bayonetta is straight, and I know some people who watched until now will notice that there was some word on the screen and I removed it. Yeah, my apology. There was I forgot about something. But one thing is, what you guys have to understand, one thing is that if there is multiverse of Bayonetta, we can take the possibility that there are different versions of Bayonetta with different personality, different style in or taste in sexuality. So in this case, we're gonna say that this Bayonetta version is a straight lady. So if people are gonna argue that no, Bayonetta is lesbian, maybe in some multiverse she is lesbian, maybe in some multiverse she is bisexual or whatsoever version. Hell, there may be a male version of Bayonetta. Have a nightmare, guys. Anyway, so we are gonna take it that this version of Bayonetta and Luka had live a normal life, because I know a lot of people say, oh, it's so wholesome, you're not gonna like it. I know Bayonetta had been very dark where Luka died or Bayonetta died or along the line, but if we actually go by the standard that they are living a wholesome life, that it might explain that somewhere in that universe, somewhere in that multiverse, somewhere there is a Bayonetta and Luka who is living a normal life where they are not a witch or whatsoever, and they are just a happy normal human being. And I'm very inclined to think that way. So I'm actually don't see why people can't think of this logically. Like, people just want to put out their idea without even knowing that in Bayonetta 3 there is indication of multiverse. It's already in the story, guys. If I know people will be like, oh, you Ame Gakita, you never played the game yourself. Oh, I have seen the game itself. That is the reason why I come up with that conclusion, and there is a theory for you guys to go and whether you want to accept it or not. So the one thing is that a lot of the funny things that I see all people say, oh, Bayonetta is very, very tall. Why is she way shorter than Luka? Well, the thing is, right, there is two things you guys have to understand. It's in like three to be exact. In the story itself, they had indication that Luka is actually taller than Bayonetta. It's in the story again, in the game. Dude, how many times do I have to say that again and again and again? Well, apparently, as long as people understand, that's good. But if people don't understand, we have to repeat it again. The one thing is that in the game itself, they had indication that Luka is way taller than Bayonetta. And that is the reason why they had along the line of like the image that Luka is way taller than Bayonetta. But the thing is, right, you guys have to understand that there's two things that is removed from Bayonetta in this picture. That is her signature B high. Like, her signature B high is removed in this image. And if you guys take a look at the image carefully, she herself got one thing along the line of having a very tall hair, which made her look taller, as well as that she is wearing a high heel. So if you actually go by this standard, she is in a brace, and it's also possible that she is not wearing that high heel. The high heel that also act as a weapon with a gun, basically have a gun attached to the heel. So if that is the case, it is very logical to come up with the conclusion that we have to remove a little bit of height from her, because it's very likely that she is not wearing that high heel, as well as that she is not in her signature B high hairstyle. So I don't see what is wrong with Luka being taller than Bayonetta. Like, people is gonna say, oh, because he's taller, he's gonna show his dominant power over Bayonetta. Oh, shut up! Like, dude, just look at it. If we already know and established in the game that Luka is very technically almost near height or taller than Bayonetta, and if Bayonetta in this picture is not wearing her signature weapon shoes or high heel, as well as in her high behind hairstyle, then it's then the logic that she is standing around that height next to Luka. And that's why I'm kind of wonder. Now, next, we have to address that. How do I come up with the conclusion that that young girl is Viola or Violet? It's implement again in the game of Bayonetta 3. In Bayonetta 3, near or at the final ending, we come across a young girl in a punk suit that is holding a long sword and in a punk string, or maybe a punk girl style, I don't know. But the thing is, right, if we actually look at the dress, she is wearing a nice clothes with a cute little cat, which I believe that cat is indicating the demon contract that Viola is with, and that is actually the child set cat. It was called Child by Janet, but the thing is, right, this young girl had that hairpin on her indicating a cat, and that cat looked very similar to this demon cat. We know very sure that there is a demon cat in the game, and don't say that is none. It's already implemented in the story, and that she is the and that he is a contract, the infinite contract demon for Viola. So if we actually use this as the main point, it's really kind of established, and it's all. The funny thing is, right, in the bio, it is stated that her family is actually Bayonetta with as the mother and Luka as the father from the beta world 0, which means that if we actually go by this scenario, it's very likely that this picture is actually might be the world 0 as we know. That Bayonetta and Luka end up living a normal life with being a normal parents to Viola. But at the same time, we know what happened in that story, and it's very likely that this is just an alternate universe to that, and that if Viola live in a chaotic world, then I believe, and in time to think that this might be the peaceful world that they wish for. So it's actually kind of interesting that a lot of Twitter people just go around and start bashing, but that doesn't mean there are no nice people indicating or whatsoever. There are people indicating that commenting nice artwork or whatsoever, except for the wholesome family, which is so similar to again back to the McDonald's wholesome family, where a family of 3 again trying to have a McDonald's meal. I wonder why people always have an issue with a wholesome family. I mean, a happy family means a whole new thing, but what else? People just kind of like doesn't like one thing, a wholesome family, as well as people trying to implement that Bayonetta is a lesbian. But like I mentioned, I really kind of indicating that there might be some universe of Bayonetta that is lesbian. There is already indicate of multiverse in this game already. So if people are against it, just go and play the game again. Read through the every story. It's in the game, for goodness sake. People just can't give a moment of rest. I mean, like, it's kind of interesting that people just go around putting up their idea when there is already like universe or whatsoever, and there's already like way to debunk it, and yeah, people just can't accept it. I guess people just love to hate. With that being said, I think like I should stop around here. But if you do like this kind of comment, just write in the I mean, like, what am I saying? I almost forgot the real outro. Well, anyway, I mean, like, one thing for sure I can say is that if you guys got your own idea or thing that you feel like you want to comment, just write in the comment below. Maybe you want to say that, oh, no, she is a lesbian. Again, like I mentioned, there is multiverse, there might be lesbian version of her. I'm not saying there is none. Just listen. But who knows, whether you listen or not will depend on you. But at the same time, write in the comment below what do you guys think about this whole situation. Like, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I mean, like, if you like this kind of video, don't you like to press the like button? And also know that random chat always follow a random topic. There is no strict topic, but at the same time, you can actually just subscribe for more random chat, or maybe watch my live stream and then you want to know and talk to me in live stream. Maybe, I don't know. But with that being said, have a nice day or night. Bye.